What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about some top tier altcoins today. We're going to be going over, and I say top tier, I should say high potential, and one of them's top tier, which would be Link. Mana, Decentraland's probably top tier too, but anyways, we're going to talk about Bluezell and Link for Flower Child, XCN for Poohead, Mana, Decentraland for R Mac Kink, and then finishing it up with Jasmine for World Travel Adventures. And with that, let's pause the music. Let's get started. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and we're gonna get going. So Bluezell, you guys, from high to low, we're in the midst of this consolidation above the golden ratio between the 886 classic formation, where we would look to go to about $1.42, $3.70, somewhere in that area, based off the fibs here. Very, very strong looking RSI. It's very resilient on the monthly, at least. If you look at the weekly, also very, very resilient, very strong. Most charts, when they look like this, I would say you're overdue for some kind of like dropping off. But you guys, this thing doesn't want to give up any price. It just doesn't. So the fact that we're dying off in volume here, the fact that we've been moving sideways essentially since like November, we've been moving sideways and slowly crawling up. I think it's just a matter of time before we see our next move up, which, being at about 38.6 cents, I think would take us toward $1, if not higher. I mean, like, realistically, looking at this, like, let's see. Let me just look real quick. Hold on. High to low. The next target, realistically, I guess would be about 61 cents. We're at 38 cents now, so, and that makes sense. But 92 cents is the next target after that, $1.26, just based off of this fib here, this local fib, and then based off of the more kind of macro movement here, the last cycle's high to the current cycle lows. $1.41 is your next target, and $1.41 will become very likely and on the table once we break 49 cents. To me, it's already likely, but once we break 49 cents, it's essentially on. We've been boring for a while. When the time comes, it's going to be immaculate. It's going to be great. And the beautiful thing about Bluezell, you guys, is even at these prices up here, even at those prices, which are at a minimum 260% away from here, at a maximum 430% away from here, still great prices up there. So it's definitely a good time to get in now. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Of course, this thing could move down before it moves up. That does happen sometimes, but I've let go of that, man. If it drops down, if it happens to drop below these lows here, if we happen to go below 29 cents, I will back up the truck. I will buy a lot of this, but I don't think it will. I think it's going to do phenomenal. We're just waiting on it to show its true colors, which I think will be green. But that's Bluezell. Let's talk about Chainlink. Chainlink here looking like it wants to go down. Weekly RSI looking a little bit sad, but you are in an area where I would expect that you do find support. You could go a little bit lower. You already tipped there, though. I don't know, man. Maybe you go if you. I don't know. No, I don't know, man. I think you might find support right here. This could be the low. Right now, this could be the low. Like literally right here at about $17.18. Let's look at the 4-hour. Well, maybe you go lower. Maybe you do. Maybe you go back down to this line. I don't know. One second. Okay, we're good. I thought I had to go check on my daughter. I thought I heard her cry. She did cry, but I think she went back to bed. But yeah, Chainlink might go down from here, actually. Looking at the shorter term time frames, it does, and the daily, I guess it does look like it wants to go down. But man, between here and this white line, between about where you're at now, $17.20 to about $16.30, you're probably going to find support. You probably will. If you were to go lower than this low, it would be barely. It'd be by barely. So don't be too scared. You're near the low, and when it comes time, you're going to go higher. I think Chainlink's going to do well for itself this cycle, but for the time being, probably a little bit lower. That's my thoughts. So that's Chainlink. Let's move down to XCN, Onyx coin, one of my more recent purchases, one of the coins I have hopes for. I averaged it in actually at about 0.0026. So if you're buying here, you're buying at cheaper prices than I got in, which, you know, good for you. But on a daily basis, it does look like it wants to go lower. It looks like it wants to go lower. Are you selling? No, I'm not selling. I'm not going to sell anything, man. The time to sell has long passed. I actually I bought the coins and I moved them over to my wife's account because I don't like to hold everything in one account. I like to have it separate, right? On that note, you guys, have multiple accounts, have multiple exchanges. You should not have everything. If you have $1,000 or like $2,000, okay, sure, have it all on one exchange, whatever. But beyond security purposes, accessibility to various cryptos is a very valuable thing too, and you get that with having several accounts open on different exchanges. So anyways, the reason why I moved it over to my wife's account is because one, we're married, and two, it's more secure, you know. So like I trust her, but also it's like a group effort here, and it's an efforts to keep it secure too. So anyways, well, the reason why I'm bringing that up is I would have sold. I was planning on selling here, but by the time I actually met up with my wife to do it, it was already down too much. It's too low for me now. I do think it goes lower, but I'm not going to sell here. I'm not going to sell at a loss just to buy back. Oh, there she is. I'll be right back, guys. 1 second.
When a rainy forecast
It's not raining in the Virgin Islands.
Wait, what?
turns into a weekend of sunsets. This moment of spontaneity brought to you by the Platinum Card. Learn more at americanexpress.com/us/explore-platinum.
If it's worth showing off, it's worth protecting. Add tech coverage to your USAA renter's insurance and help protect your electronics from accidents, spills, and more. Help protect your tech for less. Get a quote today.
Alrighty, I'm back. Hope you enjoyed the music while it lasted. Uh, yeah, XCN probably does move lower, is what I was saying. From low to high, probably going to go down to about 0.002. Yeah. And I'm not selling here because you never know when this could happen. I would rather anticipate that it goes down here and buy more and be wrong and just see it go up. That way when I'm wrong, I'm making money. I'm not going to play the game with this thing, man. I think it has huge potential. But for now, it probably goes down. I am going to make a more in-depth video on this probably tomorrow, for anybody wondering. Let's talk about Mana now. Decentraland. It's been a while since we talked about it. It's worth 57 cents. A lot of you have hit me with concerning comments. If I think it's all that still, if I think that it's going to do what I've been saying it's going to do, absolutely, I believe it will. We're at 57 cents, you guys. That's fine. Look at it on a weekly basis here. Zoom out, right? We're forming higher lows. We're okay. Even if we were to technically go below that wick there, we'd still be forming like higher low, low here, higher low, you know. We're in good shape. We're in really good shape. I think Mana is just, right now it's in like this accumulation phase, right, down here. And we're at the top area. We're pulling back. We're going to find a higher low if we haven't already. And then we're going to move back up. The next attempt up in this area will probably be the attempt that breaks us through to over $1, maybe even over $2, who knows. But yeah, I think we're fine. For the more immediate term, on a daily basis, it does look like we want to move a little bit lower. But when I say a little bit, we're at 57.2 cents essentially right now. I mean a little bit, right? We could move down to like 53 cents, maybe 50 cents. I'd be surprised, but I would doubt that we move below. Really, I doubt that we move below like 51 cents. But at this point, I'm expecting that we do hold prices above 55 cents. But we could move down as low as, I'd say, 51 to 53 cents. But it does look like we're moving lower for what it's worth right now. The daily RSI does look somewhat sad, but near a low nonetheless. The 4-hour also looks like it's near a low as well. I take it back, guys. We might not go below this low here, but I wouldn't be surprised if we went below that low there. So somewhere, I'm going to refine my expectations to about 54.4 to 56.4 cents. That's where I think Mana is going, and then up, and then up. And when I say up, that doesn't mean it's going to be like that. It doesn't mean we're just moving up 1,000% overnight. I mean, we could, but likely we'll probably work our way up. But that's Mana. Let's finish this up with Jazz my coins up, man. Looking like it wants to go lower as well. Actually might be one of the worse off looking ones for the time being. I think Jasmine will do well throughout this cycle. I think it's got more to go for sure. Maybe not for sure, but that's a hell of a bottom, a hell of a move afterwards. It definitely looks pretty healthy in my opinion. That's not what I meant to draw. Yeah, you're probably moving back to about 1.1 cents. If not 1.3 cents, somewhere in that area. You're at 1.83 cents now. 1.1 to 1.3 cents is probably where you're going to go. I got nothing else I want to say, so that's it. If you guys like the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for coming, and I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.